صحتك. Oh, that wasn't Abu Maimun, that was Sultan.
نعم.
أيوة. كيف حالك يا سلطان؟
الحمد لله على كل حال، على كل حال. ما شاء الله. وأنت يا أستاذ؟
أنا بخير. كيف حال الشيخ أنور؟ سلطان، كيف حال الشيخ أنور؟
شيخ الحمد لله، الحمد لله
بخير؟
نعم بخير، بخير بالله بإذن الله.
حفظه الله. أبو ميمون، لا نسمعك، لا نسمعك. هذا هو الدرس 28. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اتبع هداه. أما بعد. This is from amongst probably my most favorite lessons. This is I think I might say almost, this is almost, if not my favorite lesson. وهو المعتل اللام. معتل اللام. So far we have studied that the mu'tal can be the fa of the kalima. The harf illa can be the ain of the kalima. The mu'tal harf illa can be the lam of the kalima. For the example of harf illa والفعل المعتل الفاء, which is known as al-mithal. This is, for example, وثب. وأيضا مثل وجد. جيد. والفعل المعتل العين مثل قال. ومثل مثل ماذا؟ Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
نعم I can hear.
أيوة. أين الأجوبة؟
كان.
أيوة كان. بارك الله فيك. زال. زار.
باع.
باع. أحسنت. Any more examples of المثال? This is all الأجوف. عين الكلمة معتل العين is known as الأجوف. الأجوف. المعتل الفاء is known as المثال. أيوة يا عمران، تفضل. عمران، نصير، أبو ميمون.
Can you hear me now?
نعم,
Yeah.
we can hear you now.
Allahu Akbar.
Need your mic to talk. Doesn't happen without the mic. Then المعتل, معتل العين وهو الفعل الذي لامه حرف علة. الفعل الذي لامه حرف علة مثل دعا. ومثل سعى. ومثل رمى. That's a terrible spelling or terrible handwriting. رمى. طيب. This last letter here, you can see it as alif. This one is also alif. Sometimes it's alif mamdud. Al-alif al-mamdudah, which is the alif which stands up. Sometimes it's the alif al-maqsura, which is the short alif, one that you can see, which similar looks like a ya. And Imran says ra'a, ra'a with the ain. I'd want to avoid that verb, but similar to it is ra'a, ra'a, to see. He saw. Jayyid. Now this is a very interesting verb because what is the biggest reason? Can someone tell me what is the biggest reason why, when we have had different versions of the verbs, whether it is damir, which is attached to the fi'l, or whether it is fi'l amr, what's the main thing that has caused letters to drop, letters to be removed? Actually, I don't think the case is the case with the fi'l amr. It's the case with when you're joining dama'ir, dhahabtu, dhahabta, dhahabti. You say qultu, not qaltu. You say zurtu, not zartu. Why? Why is there some letters being deleted? The weak letters.
Yeah, it's the weak letters. That's right.
Naam? What's the reason?
Because of sukun.
Ahsant, because of the sukoons meeting each other. Iltiqa as-sakinain. You cannot have two sukoons next to each other in the same word in Arabic. Okay? So the weak letter is the one that suffers and it gets taken away. Jayyid. Adil just gave us a nice example of and also so did Muhammad Ayman.
Ustaz, it's both, right? Isn't it both, like the sakinains and then the weak letter too? Is that both true?
So the weak letter is
I just want to make sure I understand it.
Is Afwan, just remind me. I got distracted. What was your question again?
I was saying, wasn't it both, like the weak letter and the sakinains?
Oh, I see. So the weak letter is one of the two sukoon letters.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, look at our example here, qala.
Okay.
You see qala?
Yeah.
You want to add dhamir to it, and naturally, when you add dhamir al-mutakallim to fi'l madi thulathi, like for example dhahaba, we learned that fi'l madi is mabni ala fatha, but it can also be mabniyun ala sukun if the dhamir is joined to it. Dhahabtu, in order to get that ta pronounced, yeah, you don't say dhahabatu, you say dhahabtu. So the same thing happens over here. The last letter takes a sukoon before you add the ta. Now you have a case of the weak letter that has a sukoon and the lam that has a sukoon. So therefore you delete that weak letter and it becomes qultu. Jayyid? Now that's something similar to that is going to be happening with the lam, but the lam, when the fi'l mu'tal al-lam is slightly more intricate, slightly more detailed, and it requires more attention. Okay? And the reason for that is sometimes when you add a ta to it, for example, you want to say, I made dua. So this letter has already got a sukoon. So you don't need to delete it, but it's difficult to pronounce. You can't say da'atu, da'atu. So this letter has to change to either it's going to become a ya or it's going to become a waw. Now, that alif, how do the Arabs determine whether they're going to change it to a waw or whether they're going to change it to a ya? Well, they say this alif is not the original letter of this verb. what is the original letter. They search in in the family, the word family of da'a. Okay, da'a. They say, okay, what's the masdar? The masdar is
Dua.
da'watun is one, and I think du'a, you're right,
Dua,
is
yeah.
also another one. Du'a'un, and also da'watun. Okay, and also they look at the fi'l mudari', which is yad'u. They say, okay, look at this. There's something happening here. This da'watun, it produced a waw. Yad'u produced a waw. So they say the asl of this alif is therefore it's a waw. In that case, when I want to add a ta at the end of it, then I will change this alif to a waw. And I will say da'awtu. Da'awtu, which means I made dua. Okay? Let's look at now this word here, ra'a. Ra'a. You want to add damir, okay? Ta. Now, it's difficult to say ra'ata, ra'ata. That alif maqsoor, has to change. Either it's going to become a waw, it's going to become a ya, and you have to look at the asl of this alif maqsoora. So look at the word family. Ra'a.
Is it a juf?
Ru'yatun. So now this ya has appeared. The ya has appeared. Ru'yatun. Ra'a. Yar'a. Okay, nothing happened there. So they just need one clue. And for them, they've seen that this ya has appeared, which shows that the asl of this alif maqsoora is actually a ya. So it becomes ra'aytu. Ra'aytu. Afwan. Or ra'ayta. Jayid.
Jayid.
And then they say masha, mashaytu, kawa, kawaitu. You'll notice how when the alif is written like alif maqsoora, which looks like a ya, then this is an indication that the asl of this alif is a ya. And when you want to add a damir to it, then you will say sa'aytu, ramaytu, ra'aytu, mashaytu, kawaitu. Okay, kawaitu meaning I ironed, not the country. Okay, that's al-kuwaitu. It's different altogether. This is a verb, that's a noun. Da'awtu. There was an alif, it was a mamduda, it was standing up. So this is an example where that alif is likely going to be a waw, it's not going to be a ya. Okay? So that's like a brief introduction to what we are going to be looking at during this interesting, very interesting lesson, inshallah. Another interesting thing about this lesson is how to produce fi'l amr. And this is amazing, I love this part. So look at this. Da'a. You always need fi'l mudari, don't you, to get the fi'l amr. What have I done? Yad'u. Okay? Yad'u, da'a, yad'u. And that, the asl of this word is yad'u. Yeah? You don't pronounce it because it's difficult to pronounce. So you say yad'u. Jayid. What are the steps that we need to follow to get fi'l amr? First thing,
remove the harf al-mudari.
remove the harf mudari. The second thing, put sukoon on the end. Sah? And the next thing is to use because this first letter has a sukoon, we need Hamzat al-Wasl to get it moving.
Ad'u.
So it becomes ud'u. Now this is a problem.
Ad'u.
This is a problem. Why? Because this is the same word, the same fi'l amr for plural. Okay? So if you want to make it plural, how do you do it? You say ud'u. And then you add alif over there. That's for plural, that's jama'. So for singular, what do they do? They say you have to remove the waw. The weak letter gets deleted. And it becomes ud'u. And Ilyas is going to tell us an ayah in the Quran.
I was about to
Allah
tell you
Ta'ala
that.
says, ud'u. Go on then, what is it, Abu Maymun?
ادعوا استجيب لكم عن القريب. I think something I'm
La, 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 la. That's not the ayah.
No?
Yeah, so you're thinking right, because that's the ayah that has got the word dua in it.
Yes.
Zayd's got his hand up, he's got the ayah. What is it?
Is it أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ادعو إلى سبيل ربك
بارك الله فيك.
Yeah.
ادعو إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن. Sultan, you had your hand up. Was it for the same ayah?
I had it mixed up.
Sultan, you were gonna. I saw that your hand was up.
Invite all the way to the Lord. Yeah, I remember that ayah.
Hey, that was. Oh, Sultan's lost his mic. There you go.
What ayah is that in again?
Nah, I had my hand up for the verse, brother.
Same ayah, alhamdulillah. Where is this ayah? I don't know the reference. Maybe Zayd can remember.
It's Surah Nahl.
Surah Al-Nahl.
Yeah.
MashaAllah. Tabarakallah. Surah Al-Nahl, ayah number. No problem, we'll find it, inshallah.
I'll find it, inshallah.
طيب.
125.
لا بأس. نعم.
I think 125.
Okay, once you're sure, I'll write it. جيد. Let's go back to the main lesson. So this is the example.
Yes,
Look,
it's 125.
1, 2, 5.
Yep, it is 125.
8.
ادعوا إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة. حكمة موعظة
بارك
بالحسنة.
الله فيك. So that is دعا يدعو. Let's look at another example. سعى يسعى. سعى يسعى. The weak letter gets removed. So this goes, you're left with the alif, Hamza al-Wasl comes, that fatha remains. So what's the fi'l amr? Is'a. Is'a. Is'a meaning work hard or strive. Strive. Let's see if there's another one that we recognize. And they're going to be coming in the lesson. Let's go back to the class better, inshallah.
Sorry.
The actual lesson. What? Fadal.
Yeah, just the last one that you did for Isra.
Aywa.
Why is it kasra under the
Alif. Hamza al-Wasl.
Yeah, why is it kasra? Yeah.
Good question. Lovely questions. So, some of the brothers may recall when the book first introduced fi'l amr, it said you always need the fi'l mudari'. You always need the fi'l mudari', okay, to help you. So let's say, for example, Let me get that pen over here. ذهب يذهب. And the fi'l mudari', you need always to look at the ain of the kalima, the middle one. Okay? If it has a fatha or a kasra, then the hamzat al-wasl will be a kasra. And if it has a dhamma, then the hamzat al-wasl is going to be a dhamma. Let's quickly take 3 examples. Okay? So you've got, for example, in this case, that's got a fatha on the ain of the kalima. So what's this hamzat al-wasl going to have? Are you going to say adhhab, udhhab, or idhhab?
اذهب.
You're going to say idhhab. Why? Because the ain has got a fatha on it. My wonky arrow. Let's get that right. Jayed? Is that clear, Abu Bakr?
Yeah, so when you
Another
said
one.
when the third
Okay.
letter has got a fatha, then you have this.
Yeah, the second letter, not the third letter.
Yeah, because you add the alif on. Yeah, okay.
That's this one is hal from Mudari', right? We're
Okay,
talking about the
okay.
3 original letters, yeah? The ain of the kalima. And jalasa yajlisu. What happens?
It's the same. Ijlis.
What are you going to say?
يعزم
Ujlis, ajlis, or ijlis?
Ijlis.
You're going to say ijlis.
اجلس.
Because the ain of the kalima has got a kasra. Okay? And then the third example is kataba yaktubu. Kataba
اكتب.
uktub. Yeah, kataba yaktubu. Get rid of this harful, this ya. Then you're left with that ta at the beginning. And the middle letter has got the dhamma, so this is also a dhamma. Uktub. And that's why you said ud'u. And that's why you said is'a. And you also say, you might like this one, especially if you live in the Arab world. Masha yamshi. If you want to get rid of someone, what do you say?
Umsha.
امشي
Imsh. They even because it's the end of the word, they don't pronounce the kasra, so they suffice with a sukoon.
Yeah.
So it's actually got phonetically it's quite it can become quite an aggressive word. Is that right, Abu Bakr? Do you agree?
Yeah. I agree. I know that word.
Yeah.
What do they say? Imsh
Get out of here.
means get out of here.
Yep.
Imshi. Okay, let's do some reading. The adhan is going in Jeddah. I can hear it. Someone else with mic.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I have to go, man.
Allah make it easy for you. Jazakallah khairan. Hopefully I'll be behind you, inshallah. Although in another masjid. Ibrahim and Su'ad. Su'ad is a girl's name. That's why there's only one dhamma. Okay? So now who is it going to be? His sister? Is going to be his wife? Is going to be his mom? Allahu A'lam. Let's have a check. Let's read a few. Ibrahim and Su'ad. So I need 2 readers. The first 2 to put their hands up. That was quick. Allahu Akbar. Zadakumullahu hirsan. May Allah increase you all in good deeds, racing to do khair. But mashallah, that was quick. Like 7 hands came at the same time. I have to go for Sadiq, who we hardly hear reading, and Sajjad, who we also hardly hear. He's got his hand up as well. Be patient with us.
Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Tayyib, Sajjad, if you could read Ibrahim, and Sadiq, if you could read Su'adu.
Bismillah. Ibrahim. Mada taf'alina ya binti.
أكوي الثياب التي غسلناها أمس.
Barakallah feek. Ah, this is Sadiq. It's a different Sadiq.
Akawait.
I thought this was Sadiq from Kuwait. Where is this Sadiq from?
It is me from Kuwait.
Oh, mashallah.
أستاذ بارك الله فيكم.
Sounds like you're from America. أقوي الثياب التي غسلناها أمس. Mashallah, tabarakallah. You've been practicing the American Arabic accent. Sorry, guys. No offense, Abu Maimuna Sultan.
All right.
No
Never
offense, no offense intended.
Not
Okay.
bad.
You are. Brothers, let's not waste too much time off one. Taf'alina. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time this pattern or this sigha, this pattern of the verb is being introduced. Okay? And this complements the 2 verbs that we have already studied, which is taf'aluna. Oh yeah, we have studied taf'alina, I remember now. And yaf'aluna. Antum taf'aluna. Hum yaf'aluna. And what's the dhamir for this one? Taf'alina.
Yeah.
تفعلنا.
Yeah, but who is it referring to? Taf'alina.
سعاد.
أنت تفعلين.
Yeah, you say the dhamir represented is anti.
Yeah.
So taf'aluna means not hum, it means antum. Yeah?
Yeah.
Antum.
Yeah.
And antum taf'aluna. And yaf'aluna is hum. صحيح? تفعلين is
أنت.
anti. So he said, ماذا تفعلين يا بنتي? Okay, so that's clear now that Su'ad is Ibrahim's daughter. Su'ad says, تفضل again أخي.
أكوي الثياب التي غسلناها أمس.
أيوة بارك الله فيك. Don't get a complex, mashallah, your reading is very good. أيوة بارك فيك. Akwi. So this is our topic, okay, which is the الفعل معتل اللام كوا يكوي, which means I'm ironing. This is فعل مضارع. I'm ironing the clothes that we washed. التي غسلناها أمس. And this is مبني على كسرة. طيب, Ibrahim then says to her,
أكويت القميص الأبيض.
again please. Again please.
أكويت
أكويت
القميص الأبيض. أكويت القميص الأبيض.
أحسنت. أكويت you have to say this كسرة, the sukun on the lam. أكويت القميص الأبيض. أحسنت, you put the fatha in the right place this time. Did you iron the white shirt? And she replied, تفضل أخي صادق.
نعم.
قويته.
Barakallahu feek. Na'am, kawaytuhu. So this is showing us that the asl of this letter here is the ya. Okay, in the fi'l madi, the verb it says kawa. When they added the damir, kawayti, it became ya. When they added the damir, al-mukhatab, afwan, al-mutakallim, ana, it became a ya. Kawaytu, kawaytuhu. And this who, this damir, what's the i'rab of this damir?
فتحة.
It's not a fatha, it's kawaytuhu. It's got a dhamma, it's mabni ala dhamma. What's the actual i'rab of it?
منصوب.
مفعول به.
It's maf'ulun bihi fi mahalli nasbin. Because it's mabni, you can't say mansub. Because mansub means that it's not mabni, it's mu'rab, the opposite. Okay, the opposite of mabni is mu'rab. So therefore you won't say mabni. You won't say mansub. Because mansub shows that it's not mabniyun. So instead, how do we get around it? What do we say? Fi mahalli nasbin. In the position of being mansub. Yeah? It's in the station of being mansub because it's in that same place. Tayyib. And then Ibrahim asks another short question and says,
وقميص
Sajjad,
والقميص الأخضر. جزاك الله خير. والقميص الأخضر.
Ainam. That's the question. The question now is, why does this have a fatha?
معطوف.
Because it follows the not man'ut.
No. That's your answer for al-akhdar. That's not the answer for al-kamisa.
Because of wow.
Aywa. And I heard someone else say it as well, because this waw is waw al-atf.
عطفي.
This is ma'tuf.
نعم.
على القميص.
القميص الأول. أكويت القميص الأبيض وأكويت القميص الأخضر. That's what it actually means. جيد? Now the fun bit starts. We just take it and then we'll break, inshallah. تفضل.
لا لم أكويه بعد. سأكويه الآن إن شاء الله.
This is really nice. This is the fun part. Look at this. Lam akwihi. Why? What's this? So basically, it's kawa. That's the fi'l madi. Yakwi, akwi, nakwi, takwi. Yeah? So it's over here, akwi. Then before akwi, she said, lam. What does lam do to the fi'l mudari'? Makes it majzoom.
تجزم.
أيوة أحسن تجزمه. So this, therefore, what's the way of الفعل المعتل العين? No, I meant to say الفعل المعتل اللام. What's the way of showing jazm?
حذف حرف إلا.
We have to remove the حرف علة, which we call حذف حرف العلة. حذف حرف العلة, removing the last letter, and that kasra remains. So then she said lam akwi, and then the fi'l, this dhamir, which is maf'ulun bihi, that comes in. Lam akwihi, and that dhamir is mabniyun ala al-kasra. Okay, and it is fi mahalli nasbin maf'ulun bihi. Is that clear? Lam akwihi.
Yeah.
And ba'du. Go ahead, Nusayr. And ba'du means yet. Lam akwihi ba'du, meaning I haven't ironed it yet. Then she said, sa'akwihi. I will iron it al-ana, inshallah. I will iron it now, inshallah. That scene is only comes in front of the fi'l mudari', which is in order to show that it's going to happen in the future. Tafadhal akhi Numair, you had a question?
I had a request to just repeat it once again, the rule here, after the deletion of ya.
So, kawa yakwi, yakwi, okay? And
Yes.
quite simply, if you were to add lam before it, then this is majzoom bihadf harf al-illa.
Yeah.
So what remains? Lam yakwi.
Okay.
And we can now, if you were to go to our list of verbs that we previously had on the whiteboard, this one here, yad'u, yas'a, yarmi, yara.
Yeah.
Each time you're going to delete the
Last.
last letter, the harf al-illa, and you'll see the results and you start recognizing them. We will stop there bi'idhnillah, as it is time for Isha in Jeddah. I have to get going. Jazakumullah khairan for your attention, for attending as well. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة
وعليكم
الله
السلام ورحمة
وبركاته.
الله. جزاك الله خير.
Barakatuh.